Take this shit off.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Do I have to do that? Should I add a reticle? I should add a reticle. I can't move the fucking dots. Well, fuck it, we just gonna leave it like that. 43. Let me get the opacity down. There we go. If I'm aiming at the fucking shit, I don't type, but I wanna go over here, I type. Open up. Why am I typing when I'm fucking
All of his
clicking?
co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Oh, man, why the fuck this just turn out like that? I can't even jump neither.
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way.
Right. Well, fuck you then, nigga. Let me do this shit. Damn. Meeting room, meeting room. Well, I just turned that nigga shit off. Meeting room, meeting room. Meeting room. Meeting room, meeting room, meeting room. Meeting room, meeting room. Coffee mug. Janitor's office. Nothing. Sales.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Door on my left, door on my left. Door on my left, door on my left. Man, I ain't gonna do shit. Why is it typing though? Oh shit. Ain't nobody here in the middle room.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Nothing. They're not all there without consulting. Can I delete this shit? Everyone unique. Okay, how do I skip this? How do I go next to that shit? Oh, it goes number of slides on this slide. Number of slides on the slides. Man, that nigga ain't even done with that. He barely even started that. He just got the format. Oh shit.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
Sure. Close that up.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Upstairs. Yeah, nah, this nigga. This is his office. What the fuck? Oh shit. Because the boss knows what the boss says. Goes if the boss suffered losses, then what's the boss chose? Alright. He's not here. Big ear, put the
Stepping
boom.
into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this.
Oh, get it?
What dark
Orchestra.
secret was being held from him?
Get it?
What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
8, 4, 5.
Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Oh shit. Oh boy, don't tell me I was an experiment, man. I was an experiment for real. Shit. Go, 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 go. Go, 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 go. Is this even on? Oh, it is. Let's go up. We're going down. Why would they put a loading there?
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
There's nobody here.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
I can just leave though.
Although this passageway had the word, but of course, Stanley thought better of it and realized he simply had too much to live for.
What do you mean? What do I mean? What do I mean? I was gonna die if I went over there. What the fuck?
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself.
Like
did he
that one
have the
incredible
strength
scene.
to find out?
Hey, yeah, dude, come on, let's go. Let's get this shit, let's go.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed.
What was
Each
my
bore
number?
the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers.
Four,
The lives of so
3, 7?
many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
437 or 437? 437? I forgot my fucking number. Damn.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
Okay, okay. I forgot my fucking number.
No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had
That's
he
what they
truly
saying.
spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
Oops.
But here was the proof. The heart of
Facility
the operation.
power.
Controls
Mind control
labeled with
stance.
emotions.
Oh, but I knew
Happy
it. Boy, I
or
knew it.
sad
Boy, I knew
or
it.
content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this
I
very
knew
place.
it.
And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in,
Boom,
Stanley
boom.
decided that this machinery would never
Boom,
again
boom.
exert its
Boom, boom,
terrible
boom, boom, boom,
power
boom.
over another human life.
Mind machine is
For
dead.
he would dismantle the controls once and for
How do I do
all.
that? Oh, what I'm telling you. Let me look around real quick, let me. Maybe they jumped the balls. They jumped the balls. The balls. Out of all those, only click once. That's fucking stupid. Oh. Ah, fuck. You know what they say about the big red buttons? You always gotta press some shits. Oh. Nothing. Mind control, idle, awaiting input. Hint. Squirrel? Squirrel? Control? What the fuck that is?
And when
I
at
don't know.
last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
Boom.
Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over?
Mm. No. Oh,
Yes. He had won.
what?
He had
Nobody here to
defeated
stop
the
it?
machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he
Right.
been freed from the machine's grasp?
Right.
What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him.
Oh,
For
look,
it
it's a
was
gate.
not knowledge or even power that he
Nigga,
had
I'm
been
tripping. I thought it was
seeking,
just a little door.
but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer
okay,
would
okay.
anyone tell him where to go,
Quarter of the day.
what
Quarter
to
of the
do,
day.
or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his.
Quarter of the day.
And that was
You gotta
all
learn how to
he
let
needed
go.
to know. It was perhaps the...
Is this shit too loud? You gotta learn how to let go for real. Let's keep this shit at 80. Boom.
This is the
Narrator.
story of a man named Stanley.
I kinda like that. Pause. Wait, put this down. Oh no, that's too much. Why you have to put the music? Stanley. I kinda
The
like the
only
clicking.
thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door.
No, I mean, we gotta wait for this shit to glow.
Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
Oh shit. You're proud. Happy as hell, proud as hell. Never the end, never the end, never is the end. What am I doing here?
All of his co-workers were gone. What
What
could
the
it
fuck?
mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his
Oh
co-workers.
shit, I gotta go to the exit. Or just not listen to him at all. Cause maybe this is the
When
voice.
Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting
Maybe this
room,
is the
and
voice.
Stanley knew it
You know what I
perfectly
mean?
well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had
Maybe
really
this
been
is
worth
the,
the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this
I forgot, man.
immaculate,
Fuck that
beautifully
shit.
constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it, but
Maybe
eager
this is
to
a
get
mic
back to
control for
business.
real.
Stanley took the first open door on his left.
I just don't listen to him. That's all I gotta do.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't 5 years ago.
You know what I mean?
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing in your
Yeah, that's the
trust in
narrator
someone
right there.
else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you
Oh, I
all
can
this
jump off.
time.
Oh, I can jump
There's
off.
someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone
You.
you've forgotten about.
You, man, come on.
Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance.
Speak up. Speak up, man.
Now listen carefully, this is important.
Speak up.
Stanley walked through the red door. Perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through the red door.
No, I want to go blue door. I want to go
still
blue
don't
door.
think we're communicating properly.
No, no,
Stanley
no.
walked through
No,
the
no,
red.
no.
All right, fine. Go ahead, Stanley.
No, no, no.
You want to know so badly what's out there? You want to find out what lies at the end of this road you've chosen? Well, don't let me stop you.
Don't try to.
You see? There's nothing here. I haven't even finished building this section of the map because you were never supposed to be here in the first place. Broken rooms, exposed developer textures. Is this what you had wanted? Was it worth ruining the entire story I had written out specifically for you? Do you not think I put a lot of time into that? Because I did. And in the end, it was all for nothing. Because this is what you wanted to see. Help me here, Stanley. Help elucidate these strange and unknowable desires of yours. What would have made this game better? What did you want to see? Vehicles? Skill trees? Work with me. You've given me absolutely nothing so far. Tell you what. Let me take a stab in the dark at a new design, and you can give me some feedback. There we go. A third option. This already feels leaps ahead of where we were before.
Oh, look at this one.
Go ahead, Stanley. Take it for a spin. Okay, I'm going to stop you there. Now, tell me about your experience with this new version. Would you say that the game benefited from allowing you more choices? Feel free to be honest. I'm looking for some real critical feedback here.
No, not really.
A 1? I mean, I can understand if you had reservations.
Not
You saw
really.
ways the game could be improved to more fully express itself mechanically and artistically, but a 1? That's not even helpful. What am I supposed to do with that? But I guess it isn't my place to judge. Here, based on the data from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version. And to be perfectly candid, I think I've knocked it out of the park with this one. Let's take a look.
Go around again. Let's see what we got over here.
Now, would you say that competitive leaderboard helped you feel motivated to keep walking through doors? Again, honest answers, please. Hey, I nearly forgot. I've got a prototype of a new game I've been working on, and now would be a lovely opportunity to give it some playtesting. You wouldn't mind taking a look at it, would you? Perfect. Let me boot it up.
Put it up there. Oh my god.
In this game, the baby
What the
crawls
fuck is
left
this?
towards danger. You click the button to move him back to the right, and if he reaches the fire, you fail.
Okay.
It's a
Okay.
very meaningful game, all
Okay.
about the desperation and tedium of endlessly confronting the demands of family life. I think the art world will really take notice. But of course, the message
Okay.
of the game only becomes clear once you've been playing it for about 4 hours. So why don't you give it 4 hours of play to make
Alright.
sure it's effective? Be
Alright.
sure to keep notes on your experience.
Look at this plane right here, though. Look at this plane right here, though.
You heartless bastard.
Oh, I'm
Did you
stuck.
do it because you hate babies or purely to spite me? Because if it's the latter, well, I don't know what to do. I'm completely out of ideas. I can't think of a single thing that might improve the experience for me. I'm not even going to try. I'm out. I'm out. I'm done. It's
Good.
over.
Good.
Thank you for playing. Your
Appreciate
input
it.
was extremely valuable. Oh, hey, since my game is so awful, why don't we play someone else's game? Just to ease the pain. Let's see. What do we have here? Yes, this seems like it'll work. Let's give it a shot. Aha! Fascinating. What do you think this game is about, Stanley? What's our backstory? What is our motivation? Well, it seems obvious to me that you are meant to play as a creepy man spying on innocent civilians below you from up high in your creep
I
tower.
like this one. I
Perhaps
like
for some
this one.
sort of twisted erotic purpose.
I like this one.
Yes, that must be it. What a fascinating venture into the experience of total mental depravity.
Tax.
So far, I love everything about this game, Stanley. And
Me
it
too.
seems there's even more. Come, let's reach out and see what else is out there.
No, I don't want to. Oh, look at this Firewatch.
Oh no. No, it can't be.
Where am I gonna go, man?
It is. It's an open world game. Good God, quickly, block it off.
No.
Thank goodness, Stanley. What a close
No.
call. You nearly wandered off into that thing. That big, open, just wandering around. No right or wrong directions. No path to follow. You can just go in any... Oh, thank heavens we avoided it.
But nutted where he busted a nut.
Okay,
He busted
I'm going
a
to get us out of here.
nut.
Let's find
No.
another game. Preferably
No,
something
I like
with
this game.
walls. Something with nice, big, insurmountable walls. Okay.
Putting me in
think
Firewatch
this
and
will be
shit.
just the thing.
Man, they put me in the bit Rocket League, man.
See, this is exactly what I
Hell
had in
no.
mind. Just a nice
Fuck
big
this
box
shit,
for
Will.
you to run around in. There isn't any possibility that you could get lost here. Now this is game design. Stanley, if you manage to get lost in this game, I will be phenomenally impressed.
Let me see. Where can I go?
Okay, so what exactly do we do here? Let's see. There are lots of cars here in the back, but obviously there's no racetrack. Okay, I'm seeing that there's a ball of some kind back here. Is this game sports ball? Stanley, I think it's sports ball. Oh, what fun. We shall run the bases and do a touchdown together.
Well, I'm gonna hit one right now.
I think surely we must. Okay, Stanley, here's the ball. Have fun.
I don't want that ball. I wanna go.
Hold on. What are you doing?
I wanna go.
Stanley, don't do that. I can't follow you there. I can't help you. How will
Kinda
you
sound
write
like
a story
Stewie.
without me? You can't do it. You know that. Stanley.
Kinda sounds like Stewie. Filing cabinet. Whatever the fuck that is. Oh look, it's a place. Should I go back to the desk? Shit, I'm so good at not following these fucking rules, man. God damn. God damn. God damn. Got a chip. Give me a little bit. Give me a little bit. But let me get a little bit. We got 20 minutes, I think, recording. I'll go kick it at 30. There's nothing. Ah, but ain't nothing, man. Alright, right the way we go. What happened? I wasn't even looking.
I wonder what he found. If what he wanted was to be the leading man in his own story, well, perhaps he's gotten it. Down in wherever he is right now. I wonder if he's happy with his choice.
Damn right.
And if he's learned the heavy cost that comes with it. He'll understand soon what I was trying to tell him. He needs me.
No, I don't.
Someone
man.
who will
No, I
wrap
don't.
everything up at the end to make sense out of the chaos and the fear and the confusion. That's who I am. That is what I mean to this world. Oh, yes. Yes, I'll be back. There's no other way. Once this ends, after it all comes to a close, then I'll be back. The end will be here soon. Very soon.
Chat, where that from, chat?
I can wait.
Well, I'm trying to fucking do something, man. Oh, boy, I'm about to begin the game again, bro. Ah, my fucking god.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
How about we just follow him until we get to that door?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered
know what
the
I mean?
door on his left.
Till we get to that exit door.
Yet there was not a single person here either.
Dark lens.
Feeling a wave of disbelief,
Don't do
Stanley
amazing
decided to
work.
go up to his boss's office. Coming to a
Let's go down.
staircase, Stanley
down.
walked upstairs to his boss's office. But Stanley
Oh,
just
shit.
couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss. Admitting he had left his post during work hours, he might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished. His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all. None of it made any logical sense.
Ah, shit,
And
I'm
as
taking
Stanley
a
pondered this,
loophole.
he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue.
Right, there's no
He
garage,
just
there's
hadn't
nothing.
found the words for it. I'm dreaming, he yelled. This is all a dream. Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't
the
actually
garage
gone.
now.
He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground.
Oh, whatever, fuck I go.
Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. While he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up.
Finally,
He
goddamn,
felt
man.
the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back,
Well, I was about to restart the
the
fucking
fresh
game.
air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I
Hey, what,
want
am
my
I in the garage
apartment
now?
and my wife and my job. All I want is my life
I got a wife?
exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine. I am okay.
Please reset me back, man, please.
Stanley began screaming.
What?
Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice?
Do you want crash out?
Who am I? And everything went black. This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
What the fuck? Now in a different story?
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an
even walk.
ambulance, for just a few brief moments, she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day, the very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
Alright then, chat. This is it for this video.